it's one thing to go to work and be as open as possible and unscripted. It's another thing to let people see you in your house in, casual clothes with, not professional makeup and fancy stuff. And, there's no bells and whistles here. And it's a really intense feeling. But the switch flipped after, even as soon as the end of that first show. I thought, oh no, we can do this. There's something really cool about being raw with people and just let it all kind of be whatever it is.
That's right. And listen, you guys do that. JC John, a friend of mine, also. Let me see him. He's your camera operator. There he is. What's up, man?
He's also the dishwasher,
the lighting director, the occasional co-host, and the occasional musical guest,
and the mixologist.
And the mixologist.
Yeah, yes. I want to say, I am mesmerized when you do your segments, mixing the drinks, and Rachel's just looking at you, chiming in, and she's your sous chef or your sous mixologist.
I'm his backseat driver for cocktails.
I got a really funny Ian story. He we were this was before COVID. We were together someplace, and he said, "Man, I've never had a drink. Your drinks look really good." And then he said, "What does it feel like to be drunk?" And I said, "It feels fun."
Well, you know what? You guys know I have a twin brother, and so my twin brother and I said,
"Oh my God, he never told me he had a twin brother."
You have a twin brother?
His brother came on the show, and I
didn't know this.
So loud. I screamed so loud, Ian jumped back like a foot. I screamed like a freak. I'm like, ah! Because he was standing next to me, and then he was up on the bridge in the old studio.
Two Ians. Oh, one of my favorite episodes was that for Halloween we tricked Rach. But I wanted to say, though, that what's interesting, you guys, is that watching you from home feels so comfortable. I have a clip here of At Home with Rachel. Let's check it out.
Okay, look, it's beautiful. Dijon, tarragon, white wine, cream sauce over our beautiful chicken, green beans, just with shallots, butter, a little salt, and some chicken stock. Okay, in the spirit of Jacques' book, quick and simple. We can add a little starchy cooking water as needed to marry this. And we're gonna put in all but just a small handful of our cup of herbs, mint, parsley, basil combined, and all of our cheese, about 3/4 to 1 cup of Parmigiano, or Parmigiano combined with Pecorino. And then we turn. This is why we always undercook pasta by 1 minute, because we have carryover cooking when we're tossing it all together in the pan. Oh gosh, this smells incredible.
So you would think after 14 years of being with you on the show that I would get tired of actually watching you do that. And every time I see it, it's like the first time all over again.
Watching me cook.
It's all about the camera work.
Which I thought was good on the food and bad on the cook, but whatever.